It's your wedding day, but sometimes it feels like everyone else has an opinion. What's trending, what you should do, how much to spend, what they did at their wedding. Today, we're talking about comparison syndrome, outside pressure, and how to truly design a celebration that reflects you. Welcome back to the Wedding Buzz. I'm Sydney. I'm a wedding planner in South Florida, and I help couples create intentional, elevated celebrations that feel deeply personal. Today's episode is all about how to protect your vision, even with a million voices in your ear. Comparison pulls you away from what matters, values, relationships, and your story, and pushes you towards what's popular. Why does this happen? The wedding industry is huge and loud. It's in your face. I feel like it's a mix of the fashion industry and the art and design, and it pulls so many people in. Don't forget hospitality industry with stunning hotels and amazing food, which is all great, but it really pulls in so many people, which pulls in so many different opinions, and that can get really overwhelming. Pinterest and Instagram show the result, but not the priorities. It doesn't show the late nights of planning or how much all of this costs. It just shows the pretty end result, which sucks everybody in. Budget conversations are rarely honest or comparable. Some people don't spend a lot, but they exaggerate. And some people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they're embarrassed and they don't want to be honest. So they say, oh yeah, I did all this for a lot less than they really spent. Family dynamics around weddings are emotional. Everyone has an opinion and people get heated about their opinions. I had a bride just this week talking to me about how her family got in a huge fight over the seating arrangements. That's not how you want to start your wedding. Trends move faster than planning timelines. One day we love the color yellow, and the next day we hate the color yellow. One day we want big ball gowns, and the next day super, straight dresses or simple dresses are in, and we hate the ball gown. So it changes very quickly. It's impossible to keep up all the way. Should culture. You should invite them. You should have a cake cutting. You should spend X amount of money. Back to the opinions. People like to vocalize them. You should. It's exhausting. As a planner, I do love trends because they're fun and they switch things up, but I like them as tools, not rules. Trends aren't bad, but they shouldn't be driving your vision. Trends can inspire, but not define. What looks good online might not fit your venue, your timeline, or your vibe. You can't always fit a circle into a square, and that's okay. TikTok weddings are optimized for views, not guest experience. It might look beautiful, but if it didn't flow well, then what's the point? But on TikTok, on Instagram, on Pinterest, you don't know what really happened. You just see a pretty picture. You don't see the cost, the logistics, the staffing required for certain trends. Luxury trends can be misunderstood or poorly executed. A lot of luxury goes beyond what it looks like. It's really about how it feels, and you can't tell that from a photo. The photo might be pretty, but was the experience smooth for the guests? Let's talk about emotional pressure from others. Often opinions have nothing to do with your wedding. They're someone else's nostalgia, fear, or status. People project their tastes, their budgets, their regrets, and cultural expectations onto other people. But that has nothing to do with you. That is them projecting. Parents often want to relive their experience. Friends compare pieces that they recognize. Some opinions come from love and some come from insecurity. I know my mom has a friend who's constantly saying how she just eloped and how she doesn't understand why everyone doesn't just elope. And I know like a lot of my mom's friends, their kids are now getting married. And this one friend is like, why are you paying for these weddings? Blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, she eloped. So that's what she's saying is the best. I also know that she can't afford to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on her kids' weddings. So she then is saying that that's stupid. If the tables were turned, and let's say she had had a huge wedding, or she could afford hundreds of thousands of dollars for her kids' weddings, maybe her opinion would be different. At the end of the day, I don't care if you can afford it or if you can't afford it. I don't care if someone had a small wedding or a big wedding. Everyone should be able to do what they want. So if you don't have a lot of money, that's okay. You can still have a really intimate and special day. If you have a lot of money and you want to spend it all on a great wedding, great. Have a big party. It'll be beautiful. It'll be luxurious. And hopefully everyone still has a good time. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what other people think. You have to filter the opinions with clarity. Is this about me or is this about them? Is this what I want? Is this truly what they're saying? Is it really about me and really what I should be doing? Or are they just saying it because that's their opinion? That's their insecurity. That's them projecting. Practical strategies to protect your vision. Let's talk about it. Define your why. What do you want your guests to feel? What matters most to you as a couple? If you're clear on your why, decisions become easier. Set decision filters. Does this align with our vibe? Does it fit our priorities? Are we doing this because we want it or because someone else did it or because someone else wanted it? Limit over inspiration. Choose 1 or 2 sources, not 20. You guys, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, it can be so overwhelming. Archive the vision once decisions are made. Take things off the Pinterest board. It's too much. It's too much. Add everything that you like and then go through and take things off and focus on one vision. Share boundaries early. Tell your families what matters to you. Explain your priorities kindly. Communication is key. Use your planner. Planners can diplomatically redirect. Planners can also present logic, budgets, and feasibility. We can tell you if this is actually going to happen and if it's worth our time and energy and your money. I've seen this go both ways. I currently have a couple who decided that they want to pick the food that they like. They don't care what they typically should have. They don't care that a basic mashed potato would be, the safe choice. They want beef Wellington and Chilean sea bass for everybody. And you know what? That's what they like. That's what everyone's going to have. And I think it's going to be great. I think it'll be yummy. And if someone doesn't like it, they can stop at McDonald's on the way home. I don't know. But they say, we're paying for it. This is the food we want. And that's what they want to do. Great. On the flip side, I have other people who are like, oh, no. I want to make sure everyone's happy and they feel better about picking something more simple and more common. And if that's the case, great. Do what you feel is best for you. I've also had a bride who was so wrapped up in what the wedding should look like that she literally put thousands of dollars, I think tens of thousands of dollars on credit cards because she had to have it look a certain way, whether she could afford it or not. It put her into pure panic for months prior to the wedding. She ended up fighting with all of her family, and it was kind of miserable leading up to the wedding. Not for me, but for her. And then after the wedding, she was left with debt, a ton of debt going into this marriage. I can tell you, I don't think it was worth it. Her pictures are pretty. I don't think it was worth all of that stress, all of that debt. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it, but if it might have been worth it to her, so you know what? That's what we did. That's what we did. In 10 years, you won't care if your napkin fold was current. You'll remember the way that it felt to walk down the aisle. Again, don't get me wrong. I love a good design. I love luxury weddings. I love over-the-top florals. But you don't want to lose sight of what matters most, and you want to make decisions that feel right to you. You want to be picking the amount of money you spend and picking the color of the flowers and picking the napkin fold and all of that because it's what you want, not because other people are telling you that that's what you should have. Marriage over aesthetics. Yes, of course, we want a stunning wedding day, and this will be a day to remember forever. But let me tell you that if things like a napkin fold get between you, the getting married part of this day won't be so fun after the wedding is over. Down the road, you will remember the people in the room, the feeling, not just the photos, and decisions based on meaning will age better than trends. A personal wedding is one that reflects your relationship, not just the algorithm. Personalized ceremonies are a great way to do this. You can add a unity candle or a sand ceremony, or maybe save a seat for a loved one who's passed away. You can play specific music that you guys like. You can have photos of the two of you at your wedding from your whole dating journey and your engagement journey to make it feel special to you. Choose a venue that means something. If you guys love the mountains or if you love the beach, maybe it's close to where you had your first date, or a venue somewhere that, can it hold all of your family? Is it big? And so everyone can fit there? On the flip side, do you choose a small, intimate venue that can only hold your immediate family because that's what you want. Only you can answer that question. If you want the big wedding, if you want the small wedding, if you want the mountains, if you want the beach, you and your fiance need to talk about it and decide what's best for you. Because I can tell you, some people love their beach weddings. I don't like sand, but if they do, that's good for them. Some people love winter weddings and weddings in the snow. And let me tell you, there's a lot of people who would hate that. They hate the cold. But if you like the cold and you like the snow, then that would be a perfect venue for you. So just think about these things. Think about the culture or traditions that matter to you. Custom design details tied to your journey. Tell your story throughout the day. Share, I've said before, photos of your dating journey. Have nods to different places that you've traveled or different places that you've lived. Did you meet in college? Can you do something to celebrate your favorite football team? Those are all great ways to make it special to you. And it doesn't have to be like the newest trend online. If you're feeling overwhelmed by outside opinions or comparison, take a breath. Get centered on what matters most to the two of you. If you want support designing a wedding that feels truly personal and intentional, reach out to me. I'd love to help you. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on this podcast if you enjoyed, and share the episode with someone who needs it. I'll see you guys in the next episode.